Hey guys, this is Johnny FD, and today I want to introduce you to a board game that really helped me figure out my finances and just kind of understand investing, financing, saving, and even just filling out a profit and loss statement so well. And what's really cool is it's a board game that normally you can go play locally. You can find it in meetups close by, but it's actually online for free. I just found out today. Thanks to my buddy Rainier for telling me about it. And I wanted to walk you through a game and show you some of the lessons I've learned from it. So if you want to ready to play with me, let's get started. So first, just go to richdad.com/classic. It's free. You have to put in your email address and send you a link, but you can just unsubscribe afterwards. To be honest, I really liked Robert Kiyosaki, the creator of this, when he wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad and the Cashflow Quadrant. Both really great books. Highly recommend you read it. But I don't really like the stuff that he's put out in the last 10 years, to be honest. I don't really trust his advice anymore. And I'm pretty sure he's sold Rich Dad Company and Cashflow to another company, so it has nothing to do with him anymore. All right, so if you want to create a game, or if you want to join a game, all you do is you click, and you can either find one that says not started yet, and you can see how many spots are available. If they're all started already, or you don't want to join the Korean one, you want an English language one, you can create your own, call it whatever you want, call it bosses. You can say, I want to have up to 3 people, no password, unless you want it to be with just your friends. And then in the lobby, you just wait. Don't do anything. You can change your name. You could say, my name is going to be Johnny FD. And you can just wait for other people to join the game. And you can just start it whenever you want. So if I click start now, it'll just be me. That'd be kind of boring. So let's wait and see if anyone else joins. All right, so we got 3 people finally. Let's start the game. So first, you want to choose your dream. This doesn't really matter what it is, but it's kind of something to aspire to, right? So you can just take a look through. Don't spend too much time on it. And that's how you win the game. But really, once you have enough money, you can do anything. So start your turn, you roll. You can see your financial statement. Don't stress too much about it right now. You can buy a small deal or a big deal. Right now, I have not that much money, so I'm going to buy a small deal. I'm going to look at a small deal. And you can see this was some kind of stock split. I have no stocks right now. We just started, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to end my turn. So it's more fun when you're in a group of, I would say, minimum 3 people. And then 4 or more is more fun, but at the same time, your turn comes up less often, which is good for thinking about it, especially in the beginning when you want to take your time and really watch deals and kind of see what happens. I would recommend joining something with at least 4 people or more. But eventually, you can just you can just play with 3 people, make it faster. So this is a stock opportunity. I can buy shares of stock. Okay, for you at $50 a share. The trading range is normally from 5 to 40, so it means it's really high right now. So I'm going to pass on that, and I'm going to end my turn. And unlike the real world where you can just buy stocks, whenever you want, here you can only buy and sell when you or someone else lands on a small, say a small deal, and that stock comes up. So you can only buy when you land on it, but you can sell anytime, pretty much. So in general, if you have less than $5,000, you want a small deal. The big deal just costs more. Okay, so here's another stock opportunity. Okay, for you, Drug Co. It's at $5. Trading range is normally 5 to 40, which means it's pretty low right now. So I'm gonna buy, and let me see how many I can actually afford. I could probably afford basically all my money's worth. I'm gonna give it a shot because at the end of the day, I think when you don't have that much money anyways, and you kind of have to take gambles in the beginning. It sounds kind of weird, but in investing, the biggest thing I wish I would have known is when I had, when I was like 20 and I had no money anyways, I probably would have taken bigger gambles. I probably would have bought a house under a mortgage and taken out a big loan. I would have kind of taken bigger bets. And if I lost the money and I went bankrupt, it seems like such a big deal. But when you're young, it doesn't matter, because if I went bankrupt when I was 20, it would recover, by the time I was 30. And yeah, so I wouldn't be able to take a loan on a house. I wouldn't be able to buy anything else. It almost doesn't matter. Like, I think once you have a lot of money and you have, let's say you have $500,000 in the bank, you're not going to risk going bankrupt over trying to double that money. You rather just keep that 100 grand. But if you have $5 grand and the upside is to, make $250,000, or you can potentially bust out, lose all the money, or even go bankrupt and have it on your record for, the 10 years. It's almost not as big of a deal. And it sounds strange, but this is kind of the way I think. But obviously this bit me in the butt because I just lost my job. And now I have to take out a loan to pay for this. So basically every month I'm gonna have to pay $100 towards this, basically almost like a credit card payment, right? If you think about it, or some kind of payment. And it sucks, right? So if I want to look at my financial statement right now, that loss, that gamble didn't pay off. So now I have very little cash in my bank. I have $325. My income, my paycheck is $2,500, which is good, but I have high expenses, right? You can take a look here at my expenses, taxes, my mortgage payment, or you can think of my rent payment, my car loan payment, credit card payment, a retail store payment, other random expenses, and my loan. So my loan is $1,000. And if you just do the math kind of very quickly on how much the interest is, the things like the mortgage at almost $40,000 is $400. That's very, very low. But at the actual loan, this is a really high payment. That's a 10% per term payment, while the other one is like 1% or less. So in general, in life, but also in this game, you probably want to pay off the high interest loans or debt that you have. So right there, my stock, it actually dropped to just $10, but because I bought it for $5, technically I can actually make a pretty good amount of money if I bought more. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sell some. Maybe I'll sell 150 of them, because I don't actually need the money right now. I just wanted to maybe repay these kind of high interest loans and still have some left over. I don't have any condos, so it's kind of a useless. But yeah, so now basically what I did was I sold half my shares at a double the premium, which is really, really good in real life. But at least in this game, the trading range was from $5 to $40, so it was actually kind of on the low end. What I would equate this to would be me selling my Facebook stock, which I owned. I think it was 200 shares, and when the price went to a decent amount, it went to $200, and I bought it for less than 100. I said, you know what? Let me sell half of it. I think it's gonna go up more. I still want to have some skin in the game. I still want to hang on to some, but let me not be greedy. Let me just sell half. And I ended up making a good, 20 grand from that in my pocket. And what's nice about that is, in this game, it proves the same. Are you going to be greedy? Are you going to hang on to all the shares, hoping for the best price possible? And potentially that may never happen, or it might split on you and you might lose it, or you might have to, something might happen. You might lose that money. Or, here's an example. Okay, for you, things are going well, and they just doubled. So they split in the right way. So that was good that I hung on to some. So more stocks onto you. It's $30. That's the high of the trading range. So I'm gonna pass on that. Mighty for you is at a super low for whatever reason. It normally trades from $5 to $30, but now it's trading at $1. I see this as a crazy opportunity. Things are down a lot right now, so let me see how many I can buy. Maybe I can buy 3,365 of them, right? And I'm gambling again, but I figure, you know what? I'm young. I don't have any liabilities. It's such a good value. And here's the thing, in real life, would I do that? If I knew that the normal trading range was basically guaranteed it's going to go up, I would do it. But the problem is, in real life, nothing is guaranteed. Even though Tesla normally trades between, you know, X and X, it doesn't, anything can happen, especially with individual stocks. So in this game, I do like it that it teaches you a lot of the basics, but at the same time, it also teaches you can get screwed sometimes. So for example, I have 0 cash, someone's birthday came up, and I have to pay $100. I'm screwed. And I literally have to go out and take a loan or put this on my credit card or something, and that might end up screwing me. And I may end up losing this game or going bankrupt because of that. So I think these are good lessons to be learned. Whether you're playing this to win or you're playing this, you know, hopefully not to lose, but you're playing it just for fun. Again, sewer line breaks. Everyone has to pay $2,000 per if you own a 8plex, like a apartment complex. I don't know if it's luckily, but I don't own any, so that didn't affect me. But if it did, I might be screwed. So with that, I want to end this video because I could play this all day and it's really fun to think about. I encourage all of you, if the quarantine lockdown is over, or if you have access to it, go play this in person with real people, and try not to use the app on the phone, even though it's easier to calculate that way. And really read these, and don't ask too many questions. Read this and say, do I want to get a CD? The cost is $5,000. It cash flows $20 per, you know, whatever turn, which think about it, per month. It trades between 5,000 and 5,000, so it's probably not going to go up in value, but it's also not going to go down in value. It's pretty, you know, it's pretty secure. Is this something I want to buy? What's the interest it's paying? What's the opportunity cost of me taking $5,000 and buying it? And these are things that I want you to figure out for yourself. Don't go through this game trying to beat it. I promise you, that's the worst thing you can do for this great game, is trying to just win. Because in life, a big part of it is the experience of asking questions, trying to figure it out, and figuring out what you would do in these situations. So I hope you play the game, preferably in person, preferably with pen and pencil and paper, and hopefully you learn a lot from it. But right now, if you're under quarantine like I am, feel free to go to richdad.com/classic, play it there. And look, my okay for you paid off just in time, as I was going to get rid of this. So it's at $30. I bought it at $5. So I'm going to sell it all, and I just made 10 grand. So now I can start doing some of these big deals. And if you like this, if you want me to walk you guys through a bit more of the strategy, not only for the game, but in life, and start looking at some of those big deals, let me know and I'll make another one of these. But I do think that in the beginning, it's actually better not to have too much strategy and understand the rules too much. I think it's actually a better thing to just play and have fun. So I'm gonna check out a big deal, and I hope all of you guys follow along. Ooh, duplex for sale. Cash flow is 300, cost is 45 grand, down payment's 8,000. I have 12 grand on hand. Yeah, let me do this. And let me pay off this loan while I'm at it as well.